Hey there, Danny K coming to you from Danny K Joel Wellness. Today's tip is brought to you from a lot of people. Last couple of days, fear has been a big thing. And my question is, what are you afraid of? That's always been my question. Anybody who knows me knows that I've never let fear of anything step in my way of getting what I want or achieving a goal, or at least trying to get something that I want. If I allowed fear one big thing, I would never have this gym. If I allowed fear to not allow me to have this gym, I wouldn't have this gym. I wouldn't be doing these things. Fear, and we said it last night even, fear, false evidence appears real. So, last night, in a Tabata class, I'm not going to call her out, but if she's watching this video, she knows, it was just a little jump up, and she was scared to do it. And I'm like, what are you afraid of? That's my question. Every time somebody says I'm scared or I fear or whatever, I'm like, what are you afraid of? Me personally, I'm afraid of not attempting and pushing my limits and seeing what I can actually do. Because if I don't see what I can actually do, then where am I at? I'm nowhere. And that, to me, fears me more. Like, I'm scared more of not pushing myself. I'm scared more of kind of staying still. I'm not afraid of, trying something. If I try something and I, in some people's words, fail at it, to me it's not failing. Because if you try, trying is not failing. Not trying is failing, because you've already set yourself up. So if you don't try that little, jump up, whether it's 3 inches, whether it's 6 inches, whether it's a foot, or at least make steps to trying those things, that's failing. That should be a place of fear, staying there. Like, that's your fear, not doing it. Because if you actually do it and prove to yourself that you did it, like, yesterday in the Tabata class, when she jumped up and did it, that was awesome. And she was like, oh my God, I was, and again, we always say, what was I afraid of? Life is too short. And, and as many of you know, I lost my mom to cancer. I've lost aunts and uncles to cancer. I've lost, my grandmother years ago to Alzheimer's. Or complications of the Alzheimer's, whatever, however you want to say that. I've lost a lot of people in my life. I've lost friends in my life, just friends, not to death, but just, to like time goes by or whatever. But life is way too short to be stuck on, I'm scared to do X, Y, Z, because my whole thing is, well, what if you do X, Y, Z? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I would be more afraid, and I am more afraid of not doing something than actually trying it. Because when you try it, you see, oh, you know what? Here's room for improvement. So when you don't try something, you don't have any room for improvement, because you don't know what you can do, what your capabilities are. And that's why my main thing, I'm going to move you around a little bit here, guys. See that up there? My can't, can, and now try. I never allow any of my clients to say can't. As soon as they say I can't do that, guess what I'm gonna make them do? Can and now try. Can't is won't. So that's what I made my girl yesterday in Tabata class. I made her sit there and try until we did it, and she did it, and it was awesome. It was uplifting. So what are you afraid of? Being uplifted, or are you afraid of staying there? Life is way too short, and we lose loved ones. My friend just lost her brother to cancer. Very, 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 very young guy. Very awesome guy. Life's too short. We don't know. Like, in just like the next second, I could be gone. So why not try and do something? If it's in your heart, if it's in your head, do it. So what if you get a no? If you don't ask it, you've already got the no. So what are you afraid of? That's deep. Coming into the gym, You know, I mean, it can be used in all sorts of life, this fear thing, and what are you afraid of? And, you know, if you don't do it, it's always no anyway. If you don't ask it, it's always no anyway. So you've already got your no, so why not ask? And maybe you might get a yes, or maybe, you know, why not do, and you might get a yes, or you might see result. You know, get into the gym, start working out, pop that DVD in. You know, go to the track and walk around. You know, oh, I can't walk around that track. Well, how do you know? How do you know you can't? Because you haven't tried it. Can't is won't. Can and now try. So anything that you say you can't do, I challenge you today to do. Because you know what? Life is way too freaking short. And I know I lost my mom. And I'm telling you what, if you don't take opportunities when they're there, the answer is always no anyway. So what are you fearing? You know, I have another saying up on my wall. Why choose failure when success is an option? You already failed. You know what I mean? Like, the answer's already no if you don't ask it. You know, the result is already nothing if you don't do it, if you don't get to the gym, if you don't start that meal plan, if you don't lift those weights. The result is already there. You know what I mean? Like, so why not lift a weight or exercise or eat proper? You know, or at least try and do those things or make steps toward those things, because look how far up you are. Or you're down here. Where do you want to be? Do you want to be up and good in life and positive and happy? Or do you want to stay here where you're afraid of everything? Because to me, that's not fun. That's not happiness. That's settling. And I, for one, bust my ass and have busted my ass every single day of my life to not ever settle. You know, I don't ever want to settle here. I always want to be the best me I can be that day. Better than yesterday. What did I do yesterday? What can I learn from yesterday? How can I be better than I was yesterday? And that's just within me. Not saying helping people or, you know, not all of that crap. But that's important too. But I'm saying also within ourselves. You know, yesterday, last couple of days, you know, my heart and my head have been, you know, kind of crazy and down, and today actually I'm doing good. We have options, we have choices to be happy. And I was trying yesterday, forcing myself to be happy, and I kept finding myself when I was alone, boom, plummeting. But I kept trying to lift myself up, you know, because I don't like being down here. I like being up here. So I'm forcing myself up here. And then what do I do also? I find a friend that might help me, you know, that's in a good place themselves, and talk to them, and they make me laugh, and then boom, I'm up, you know. Seeing my class yesterday, you know, doing and achieving these things that they thought were impossible, that put me in a good place, you know. So be around good, positive things, and especially when you're down and in that kind of area, don't stay there. Find someone that can help lift you out of that. Find some way of help lifting you out of that. Count your blessings, because life is way too short. And I'm going on this rant because, you know, a friend of mine that is very near and dear to my heart, she lost her brother, and she's having a hard time with it. And I'm sure the whole family is. And every time I hear of anybody passing away, especially from cancer, I revert back to, you know, losing my mom, and I'm very empathetic, and, you know, it just reminds me, and it continually reminds me that life is way too short. And if there's something out there that you want to try, that you have in your heart, your head, that you want to try and do, or whatever, do it. Because the answer's already no. The answer, or, you know, the result is already here. So why not push forward and try and get even a little bit of a result, even a little bit of a yes or a maybe. Stay in tune, stay informed, stay motivated. Life's too short. Do it.